my side. Wagwan. You're probably wondering, yeah? Actually, I don't need these. I look retarded. You're probably wondering what's happened, because your girl has been missing in action for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months, and you're probably wondering, where you been? What's been happening? What's been going on? Well, to be very honest with you, life has been happening. Hold on, I'm fixing the street. Got on the streets. And you're probably also wondering how you see my face, but hey, decided to do something new, and I've decided that, I wanted to add some visuals to the podcast, and I'm not just only an audio thing. So don't come for me on editing, because I am fully still learning. But anyway, I'm back. No? Okay. Somebody will give me an applause. That wasn't an applause. Anyway, so it's been an unintentional 3 or 4 month break. So since I last uploaded an episode, and I'm not gonna lie, I've truly just been uninspired, really discouraged and demotivated, because for one, trying to do a podcast by myself is a challenge in of itself. But then, because it's just me sitting here rambling for like half an hour to an hour, but then so I'm thinking, okay, cool, let's make it a bit more interesting by adding people to the mix. So I was like, all right, let me interview some people, right? Cool. But then they started canceling or postponing a lot, and that just threw me for a loop, because I'm like, oh my God, I need someone to talk to. I need someone to be on here with me, engaging or whatever. I'm here thinking, okay, maybe I need to get like a co-host kind of vibe, just to try and, have some nice rhythm somebody can bounce off of, talk to, balance things out. And it never happened. But honestly, I feel like I'm being led to do this by myself. So here I am. So yeah. Right. So for this next phase of the podcasting journey, while I'm here on YouTube, providing you visuals as well, I'm definitely going to be focusing a lot more on myself. And just talking about things that I'm interested in and my passions and my life, because I've realized I'm a yapper girl. Me is a yapper girl. Me would just talk and talk and talk and not realize it's been like 3 hours. So yeah, definitely leaning more into that. And I'm trying to definitely do more things that, spark my interest, that spark my commentary. Like whenever I go on, for example, Reddit, and I see some threads, and I'm just like, what have you been on about? And I have so much to say, but I never say it on the thread because I'm just not interested in public discourse like that. But then I realize I actually am. I'm just not interested in airing my opinion that much. But then maybe I should. Maybe I should. Everybody's airing their, I can't talk today, airing their opinions. And honestly, no fight can just be left unsaid. I promise you, you don't always have to respond. Don't have to say something, but if you feel compelled to do so, I guess by all means. This is one of them things there. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing more stuff. I probably do like some Reddit chats. Some of the stuff I've been reading are hilarious. So we'll just read some threads, and we talk about it, probably do some React videos, some topic-focused discussions for sure. And I definitely will have guests. I won't just be sitting here rambling every week. I definitely will have guests, but I'm just going to try to focus more on stuff that I'm interested in than, trying to focus more on my guests and build content around them, and more so build content around myself. So that is the plan. But yeah, because I really hope to achieve building community. That's what I really want from this podcast, just to build community, share my thoughts and, see if that resonates with anyone. Yeah, because if you're interested or not, it's cool. But yeah, I just want to be more open with expressing my thoughts and opinions, because I'm not very good at that. I rather just keep things stum. Not to say. You see me? Because like I said, I don't feel like every opinion needs to be voiced. I feel like sometimes it's irrelevant, or it just doesn't matter. But sometimes it's good to speak out, and it's good to speak up for yourself and what the things that you believe in, things that you care about. So yeah, I'm trying to do that more and be more confident in myself, because for the longest time I've suffered from social anxiety. I've struggled with social anxiety from ever since I can remember. I think it's probably when I was about 9 or 10 is when I first had like a social anxiety attack, right? And it was, I remember I was spending the summer with my granddad, right? He lives in Westmoreland for my Jamaican people out there. So he lives on the other end of the island because I lived in St. Catherine. So I was like completely all the end of the island, and it's by the sea, right? So my mom told me to tell him that me and my younger sister needed new swimsuits. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll tell granddad we need new swimsuits because we're going to be going to the beach, Cool, right? So I'm there. So we get there and everything, and all the grown-ups are talking. My granddad's talking, my auntie Monique, my dad, and like, I think there's one other person there, but right, they're all standing there. Now we're in a little circle. Me and my younger sister are there as well, and I'm just there looking up like this because everybody's like enormous and tall. Because I'm like young. I'm like what 8, 9, something like that. So I'm like really short too. Well, actually, I wasn't that short. I was like a tall kid, but people in my family, my dad's side, was really tall. Like my granddad's probably like 6'5". But anyway, whatever. Besides the point. The point is, I was there like this, right? And I'm thinking in my head, okay, so I need to tell them that we need new swimsuits because mommy told me to tell them, So how I figured out, okay, let me just wait for like a break in the conversation. Let me just see, okay, they're talking about the beach now. So maybe I should say it now. Let me just blurt it out. We need new swimsuits. Everybody starts laughing. Everybody just immediately starts laughing. And they're like, oh, she's so cute, whatever. In my mind, I'm thinking, what are you laughing about? Nothing's funny. I didn't say anything funny. I'm being dead serious. And my face is deadpan too. I'm like, I'm so serious. I'm like confused. I'm like, why are they laughing at me? So my heart starts pounding out my chest now because I'm just like, oh my God. This is like so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to talk in front of other people, mind you, people in my family, people I've known since birth, but yet still, I'm just like terrified. Like my heart's pounding at my chest, my palms are sweaty. I can hear them laughing, but like you're in a bad movie and somebody does something stupid and they immediately feel shame, and the laughter just drowned out by their heart beating and them sweating and probably passing out. That's how I felt. I thought I was going to pass out because I couldn't hear anything but my heartbeat pounding in my ears. My chest is hammering. My palms are sweating. And I'm like, why are they laughing? I don't understand. I didn't say anything funny. So that was definitely my first experience with social anxiety. But of course, I didn't have a name for it then because I was young and it wasn't such a phenomenon back then, like how mental struggles now are like, widely known and are being treated, which is a good thing. And I'm grateful that we have all of this now so people are able to get help and everything. But yeah, like it was definitely something that I've struggled with for as long as I can remember. But one thing I'm grateful for is that even though I've always had I've had social anxiety for such a long time, I've always also been brave. So even though I'm like struggling in social settings to like voice whatever's going on in my head, like my opinions, my thoughts, ideals, whatever, I'm still brave enough to speak at some point. It won't be the whole time, won't be the whole show. It won't be the me just running off my mouth. No, but I will. If I need to say something, I will. I'll work up the courage to actually say something. So that's definitely one thing I'm grateful for, that I've always been brave in spite of it. Like I was doing it scared. So yeah, which is actually what led me to even just doing this podcast, because I had my thoughts and opinions and but I was like, for the longest time I did put it off, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna jump in, like see what happens, see where it takes me. So yeah. But yeah, I remember when I was in high school and there was this girl in my class who had like, on the first day of school, everyone's going around introducing themselves, right? And she had her hair in like, I don't know, I think it was like 10 parts, and it was with bubbles and ribbons, and it did twist come down. She had like natural hair. She looked adorable. I thought she was cute. And she's so short too. She was like 4'10". She was so cute. And I remember when she stood up to like introduce herself, everybody started laughing at the girl because she had bubbles in her hair. Because everybody's like, oh, what you think she's in primary school? Like we're in high school now. And I was like, that was so mean. Like she literally started crying and I felt so bad for her. I was like, oh my God, that's like the worst thing. And another thing too, I hate being embarrassed, right? I really, really hate being embarrassed. So I try my best not to embarrass other people because I hate the feeling of being embarrassed. But anyway, so then now lunchtime come and her mom came to the school because I think maybe the teacher called her mom. I don't know what the teacher was. Anyway, her mother ended up at the school, right? So her mother come in the class and she was asking for her, but she had like stepped out. So I was like, oh, she's not here. So she's like, okay, she's gonna look for her. So then she comes into the class, right, the girl. And I was like, oh, let me tell her that her mom was looking for her. Said it in my head, right? Just like before. I said it in my head and immediately my heart starts beating up my chest and I'm like scared now because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to talk to another person. But let's see if, it's gonna be fine. Like it should be fine, right? So I went over to her. And mind you, like I said, she was 4'10", so I kind of like bent down sideways like this. And I was like, oh, hey. Because she had her head down like this. She's like, really shy, really like, not really into the whole thing. So I went on this. I was like, oh, hey, your mom was looking for you. She's like, so? Fam, when I tell you the embarrassment that flooded my chest, I was like, imagine, here I am struggling with social anxiety, but let me just extend an olive branch, try to be nice, because I wasn't laughing when everybody else was laughing at the girl about her bubbles in her hair. Let me go over there, just make her know, say, oh, your mom's looking for you. You see me? She came in here, she didn't see you, so she's looking for you. So this is the situation, da da da. Why are you gonna then give me attitude? Immediately, I was like, this is why I don't talk to people. This is why. Embarrass me. Oh my God. I say if I could have crawled to a box, then I would have. The earth could have opened up and swallowed me whole, and I would have been completely fine with it. Because I just don't understand why this girl responded that way. But I mean, it is what it is. What are you going to do? You see me? She was having a rough day. But what's funny is though that me and that girl ended up being like really close friends in the 7th grade. Like all of 7th grade we were really close. In 8th grade we kind of like separated because she ended up going to a different class, and some of my, not my friends, but some of my classmates from primary school, some classmates, some schoolmates, but I knew them from my primary school, so we clicked it that way. So in 8th grade, I had like this whole group of people like from my primary school that I was cool with. We weren't necessarily friends because I wasn't really on what they were on, but I just partied with them because I didn't have anybody else to party with, to be honest. My best friends from primary school went to different schools, so it's kind of rough. But yeah, Zimmy, one of them thing there. But yeah, speaking of high school was so just not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea whatsoever. Like I had definitely the worst 5 years of my life. It was the worst experience for me. Like high school just wasn't fun. Because I didn't really have any friends. I didn't even have anybody that I clicked with like that. Like people that really get me. So I had a difficult time going to school because like I said, I wasn't on what everybody else was on. Because in high school, the in thing was dancehall music, Vibes Cartel. I wasn't really listening to Vibes Cartel. I've been a Disney kid for as long as I can remember. I grew up watching Disney Channel, right? So I knew all the songs, all the Hannah Montana songs, Camp Rock, this High School Musical, all them things. I knew that was my jam. That was my thing. Plus, also, 106 and Park. I would watch 106 and Park on a Friday evening and listen to all the new R&B songs. I loved R&B music. Oh my God, R&B songs, the pop songs, the rap songs. That was my thing back in the day. I was very, very Americanized as a kid, as you can tell. Growing up in Jamaica, but still very, very much Americanized. But yeah, that was my thing. So I was really into like dancehall music or reggae music or anything like that. So it was a thing for people to like buy a song. We had this thing called a songbook, right? Where there'd be bare dancehall music in it. Very Vibes Cartel. Because Cartel used to drop a song like almost every day. I swear to God. Almost every day. He would have dropped a song. So him would every Friday there would be a new songbook out of songs for that week, like Mavada, Cartel, Idonia, and whoever else was hot at the time. I think Alkaline. I don't remember if that was my time or that was after my time. I don't remember. Sorry. So people would get the songbooks on a Friday, learn lyrics by Monday. Everybody's singing the song. The songs are playing in the buses, and everybody's listening to the song. And I'm like, me, what? Like, I don't even have the patience to sit at home over the weekend and learn lyrics just to sing it on a Monday morning. No, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm not really that interested. So, yeah. And then, also, people were interested in going to, like, what's it called? Wilma's Barbie Fete and Wilma's? It was Wilma's Barbie Fete. Queen's Barbecue. Like, these different schools would have, like, annual events at their school, right? And then all those schools would be able to go. Like, once you're a student, you could go and you pay your money, whatever, you go in and whatever. So people did very into that, right? I wasn't really interested in going. So if the fete was happening at my school, yeah, I'll pull up and I'll go on a ride, or, you know, listen to some music, dance vibe, you know, eat a little jerk chicken, drink a little bigger, no problem. But at all schools, I was like, I'm not really interested in going, because, and then the things I would hear that would happen at these events, it's just so on next level. People would tell me that, oh, you know, the girl them a dash out on a wine and a galang bad pon the boy them up on the fence, the girl them a climb the fence, the boy them a climb after them, and I dagger them. And then the music was so violent at that time, right? Like, I don't know, had one song, I go, 100 stop. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 100, stop, 1,000. Like, big man was going in. And then these kids, right, because we don't know nothing, because we're fool, our little bit of fool, we would literally be dancing with the boys, we dancing with the girls like this. Watch it. Shambles. Exactly. That's what. That is, so sorry about that. That was a little bit much. But that's how they would be dancing, right? So it was terrifying. I was terrified. Like, mind you, I'm like a kid. I'm watching Disney. I'm still playing with my dolls. I don't think I could manage all of that. So that wasn't necessarily my forte. That wasn't my go-to. But what I'm thankful for is that when I was about 14, I met this one girl who also went to my primary school and my basic school and was a part of my church community. She went to the same church as me. So she started talking to me, you know, became friends, whatever. Cool, right? So we'd start parse. On the weekends, we would go to church together because my church is a family church. But at the same time, it was one of those churches where you could, like, where it was a family church. So it was one of the churches where you could, like, be a part of a whole bunch of different things. So there was choir, there was a dance ministry, there was sign language, there was mime, there was this and that. We'd have annual events where we'd have family trips where we'd go to this waterfall place at the end of the year. We had other little music festivals and concerts and this and that, and interchurch competitions. I remember we used to have sports day when I was a kid. The church would be separated into 4 different colors, and we'd have sports day. So it was one of those festive vibes type of churches, right? So I remember I have very fond memories of when I was a child and being a part of, like, children's church, choir, going to Sunday school, dancing with the dance ministry and stuff like that. But then I stopped when I got to my teenage years. I just wasn't going as much. I don't remember why. I kind of got disconnected. But then when I was 14, I got reintroduced to the whole thing again. So I was like, all right, gang. And then, mind you, because my church is a family church, we have, I busted my finger the other day. And it's disgusting. Sorry. But anyway, so yeah. So we started having, as I was saying, it was a family church. So they had lots of teens there, people that were my age and a little bit older. From like 13 to 18, we had like a massive group of people that were like, you know, that grew up together. Like, we all grew up together. I knew all of them because we were all a part of children's church and then whatever. But like I said, I got separated. But anyway, I was back now. So we started going. She invited me to come with her, like, to church on a weekend because I was telling her that, oh, you know, I danced with this community group. And whatever, but she said, oh, you can come back to the dance ministry. And I was like, yeah, gang, of course. I love dance. Anywhere dances, I'm there. So I rejoined the dance ministry and started dancing with them again. And also on a Friday, we'd have youth service. So youth service, we would just go play games, read the Bible, talk about God, praise and worship, of course, and it'd just be vibes. And all the people there were so cool. And it was really nice to just reconnect with the people that I knew from when I was a child. Some people I went to primary school with. And then most of us actually went to the same schools because we lived in the community. So we all went to the same schools, basic and primary schools. So it was cool. We'd have fun memories about, school. We'd talk about different things we were interested in. And they were my vibe. They were my vibe because they were also Disney kids. They were also interested in things that I was interested in, R&B music, pop music, reading, because I'm a big reading girl. I love reading books and whatever. At the time, I really loved fiction. So I was reading about what did I read about as a kid? Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I read that whole series. So me and these people, we vibed, which was nice. It was nice to definitely find community because I really needed it at that time. Like I said, I was having a difficult time with school. I hated going to school. I hated high school. I hated it. You don't understand how much I hated it. Right? So it was definitely nice to just find community at that early age, so that we could have people. So even though 5 days a week it's shit, but at least 3 days out of the week it's good. 3 days being Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday night, Saturday, because I would have dance rehearsals. And in the afternoon, I joined the youth choir. The youth choir. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it was called Radical Youths for Christ. Shout out to MOBC. Love you, my peeps. So yeah. On a Saturday, I guess I had myself. So on a Friday evening, I'd get home, shower, change, get ready, and we would go to youth service and we'd play games, we'd vibe, we'd talk, we'd laugh and whatever. We're very social people. We're very social, and I was never afraid to be social with them because it made me feel so comfortable. Granted, there are certain times we're in really big groups and people are everybody's talking. I'm just I'm just gonna keep quiet because it's scary. But it definitely helped me to come out of my shell more, which I really, really appreciate and I needed in that time. So yeah, so that was Friday night, and then on Saturday mornings we'd have dance rehearsals, and then Saturday afternoons we'd have choir practice. Again, we would meet up, we would sing, we would talk, and afterwards we would talk and laugh and hang out for a good hour before everybody goes home. Then on Sundays, of course, we have church, and then we have Sunday service. What's it called? Sunday school. We'd have Sunday school where we'd be separated in different groups by age. So of course, all teenagers were together, and we would just talk about God, about the Bible, about our struggles. Being a Christian that young, because it was very cool to be Christian. It was very cool to be Christian. So who got baptized at 15 because all the kids were doing it. So that's how I ended up getting baptized. Boy, that's literally so funny. I got baptized at 15 because it was just cool. Everybody's Christian at church. Everybody's going to church camp over the summer. Doing all the things and whatever. So I'm sign me up. Trying to be with the in crowd, because one thing with me, I always wanted to be a part of a community. I wanted to be blending with my community, be a part of the crowd, be a part of what everybody else was doing, which is hilarious because that was actually never my calling. I was never meant to be a part of the crowd or to go with the flow or to be whatever. And everything has always pushed me against that. I've always in my life gone against the grain, gone against what everybody else was saying or what everybody else was doing. I've always been set apart, and I'm realizing that more and more now in my life that there's a different path for me. There's something else that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be going. And I'm just trying to embrace that now. And it's difficult because, like I said, I've always struggled with social anxiety. So trying to step into a position where I'm gonna be seen, where I'm meant to be seen or meant to be heard is terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. And I think one of the reasons why I struggle so much with social anxiety is because, okay, if I'm supposed to be set apart and I'm supposed to be leading or directing or being seen or heard, then that means I have a responsibility. And I don't want to let anybody down because I struggle with disappointment. I hate being disappointed, therefore I don't want to disappoint anybody else. And I'm struggling with that because I don't want to lead anybody astray. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to give anybody any kind of misinformation or mislead anybody. That terrifies me. That absolutely terrifies me. So it's just coming to grips with that and understanding that, okay, if I place my hand in the Lord's hand and I say, hey, lead me, direct me, give me the words to say, give me the wisdom, go before me, do all the things, I have to trust that He will lead me where I'm meant to go and what I'm meant to do, and it will be all right. The way how that just went is so spiritual. Just now, I didn't know all that was gonna happen, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah. So that's my spiel. Wow, I'm being really vulnerable today. This is a breakthrough for me. This is a breakthrough because your girl don't like being vulnerable. But yeah, like I said, I'm embracing this journey. I'm embracing who I am and who I'm meant to be and who I'm called to be. I'm just trying to do that. So yeah. Yeah. Woo! Okay. Well, this was no, I'm uncomfortable. You can tell. And I'm just like, let me just wrap up. Uncomfortable. But yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for still being here. If you are still here, if you're still interested in my content, if you're still interested in the words that I have to say, thank you so much. I'm just whatchamacallit. It's funny how I keep looking at myself and the camera's right there. I haven't, like I said, new to this YouTube thing, new to the visuals thing. I'm gonna definitely try harder to look at the camera instead of myself. But I know what I'll do. I'm using my phone now, so excuse me for if the quality is terrible. I don't know. I guess we'll see when this video is posted. But I'm gonna switch out to a camera next, and I promise I'll have a better backdrop next time. I was a little unprepared, but I didn't want to wait to do this video. I wanted to do this episode today. I didn't want to have to wait until everything is properly sorted. But I promise you I'll have a better background, better camera situation set up, and it will be good. It will be good. I'm really looking forward to this next phase of this podcasting journey, and I'm just hoping for the best. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. And if you made it to the end of the video, shout out to you. You're a real one. You're a real one. You're a real one. Thank you so much. But yeah, have a blessed rest of your week. And as always, big up yourself every time. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna change when I post a video, when I post thing. I think I was doing 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm gonna switch that to 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. So new episodes every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Thank you so much for listening once again. And as always, big up yourself every time.